Gentlemen, let me ask you something straight. Have you ever been told that magnesium is the magic supplement for your energy, your sleep, even your performance in the bedroom? Well, that advice may actually be holding you back. Sure, magnesium has its place, but when it comes to restoring firmness, stamina, and that deep sense of manhood you've been missing, magnesium is not the fix. In fact, for some men, taking it at night can even make things worse. The real secret lies in two vitamins you can take before bed. These nutrients directly wake up your body's natural drive and can bring back reliable, lasting erections, sometimes overnight. That's not hype, that's pure physiology. And by the time you finish this video, you'll know exactly what they are, how to take them safely, and why they can work even if you've been struggling for years. Before we dive in, pause for a second. If you're new here and care about your health, confidence, and manhood, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. That way, you'll never miss these vital tips designed to keep you strong and thriving after 60. But I don't want to keep you waiting until the end. Let's start with the first vitamin, vitamin D3. Most men think of it only for bone strength, or maybe immune support. But here's what hardly anyone tells you. Vitamin D3 acts more like a hormone. When you take it at night, it binds to the same receptors in your body that regulate testosterone production. And testosterone isn't just about sex drive. It's what keeps your muscles firm, your belly fat down, and your blood flowing everywhere you need it, including where you want it most. I've seen men well into their 70s who thought their testosterone was gone for good start waking up with morning firmness again just weeks after correcting a vitamin D3 deficiency. That's how powerful it is. But here's the catch. Vitamin D3 doesn't work solo. Your body needs a partner mineral to unlock its full power, and most older men are running dangerously low on this one. I'll reveal it in just a moment, because when you combine the two, the results can be dramatic. I've listened to thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond open up about their struggles, the embarrassment of avoiding intimacy, the silence with their partner, the disappointment after pills that never delivered, and the fear that this part of life is over. I can promise you, it doesn't have to be. I've seen men at every stage of life regain their vitality using natural, science-backed methods. Quick question for you. Are you finding these insights useful? Type 1 if they're helping, or 0 if you'd like me to cover other topics. Your feedback guides what I explain next. Let's be real. Weak erections aren't just a bedroom issue. They're often the first warning sign of something deeper: poor circulation, low testosterone, and accelerated aging. Ignore it, and you're not just risking intimacy. You're raising your chances of heart disease, diabetes, even dementia. I've witnessed it far too often. That's why this isn't about vanity. It's about survival, about holding on to the dignity and strength that define you as a man. And that's why these two vitamins matter so much. Let me share a story. A gentleman I'll call Richard came to me at 74. He told me he hadn't had a full erection in more than 3 years. He adored his wife, but they'd stopped being intimate. He said, "Doc, I don't even try anymore. It's too humiliating." He'd tried medications, but the side effects left him with headaches and dizziness. So we ran some blood work. His testosterone was below normal, his vitamin D was almost non-existent, and his zinc levels were low. I gave him a simple nighttime plan. Take 3,000 IU of vitamin D3 with dinner, Then, about 2 hours before bed, add 20 milligrams of zinc. That's it. 6 weeks later, Richard came back with tears in his eyes. "It worked," he said. "I didn't think it would, but it worked." His erections returned, his morning energy shot up, his confidence came back, and his marriage was reborn. Now, you might be wondering, why take it at night? Isn't vitamin D supposed to be taken in the morning? That's what many people think. But here's the truth. Your body produces most of its testosterone while you sleep, especially between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. Taking vitamin D3 at night ensures it's available in your bloodstream right when your body is primed to repair, rebuild, and restore hormone balance. Zinc, meanwhile, acts like the ignition switch. Without zinc, your body can't produce testosterone properly. It's like trying to start your car with no gas in the tank. That's why so many older men struggle. They might take vitamin D, but without zinc, they never see results. Think of it this way. Vitamin D3 is the key in the ignition, and zinc is the fuel in the engine. You need both to get the car running. And when you combine them before bed, you're working with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. And this isn't just theory. Dozens of studies show that men with higher vitamin D3 levels have significantly higher testosterone compared to men who are deficient. Another study showed that zinc supplementation can almost double testosterone levels in deficient men in as little as 6 weeks. Put the two together, and you've got a powerful 1-2 punch that restores not just performance, but also energy, mood, and vitality. If this is making sense so far, type 1 in the comments and hit the like button so I know you're with me. But let's go deeper, because I know some of you are skeptical. You're probably thinking, if it's this simple, why hasn't my doctor told me? Fair question. The truth is, most mainstream doctors are trained to prescribe medications, not nutritional strategies. They don't always look at the root cause. And let's be honest, the pharmaceutical industry doesn't make billions off vitamins. What I want you to remember is this. The men who take action on this see results. Take Michael, for example. At 68, he came to me tired, overweight, and frustrated. His exact words were, "I feel like less of a man." He started my nighttime vitamin protocol, and within 3 weeks he told me. I woke up and felt like my body was mine again. His energy rebounded, his erections returned, and he laughed as he said, "Doc, my wife keeps asking what's gotten into me." That kind of turnaround is something I see all the time. Now, let me be clear. This isn't a magic pill. It won't erase years of poor habits overnight. But for many men, it's the missing piece, the natural foundation that makes everything else work better. And when you get it right, the changes can feel dramatic. So, you're probably wondering about the exact steps. I'll walk you through them. But first, I need to warn you. There are 3 common supplements men take at night that can actually sabotage your results. If you're using these, you may be canceling out the very benefits you want. I'll reveal them in a moment. But first, let's make sure you know how to do this protocol the right way. Step 1. Take your vitamin D3 with dinner. Why dinner? Because vitamin D is fat-soluble. It needs dietary fat to be absorbed. If you take it on an empty stomach, you're wasting it. For most men, the sweet spot is 2,000 to 4,000 IU. Too little, and you stay deficient. Too much, and you risk imbalance. With dinner, it slips right into your bloodstream and is ready to support your body as it shifts into repair mode at night. Step 2. About 2 hours before bed, take your zinc. Most men over 60 do best with 15 to 30 milligrams. Less than that, and you won't feel the full effect. More than that, and it can upset your stomach or throw off copper levels. The sweet spot? Around 20 milligrams, taken with water. Not milk, not caffeine, and definitely not alcohol. Now, the 3 supplements you should never take at night. First, vitamin C. Great for immunity, yes, but at night it can disrupt sleep and blunt testosterone production. Save it for morning. Second, any B-complex vitamins. These are stimulants. They rev up your nervous system when you should be winding down, leaving you tossing and turning. And third, anything with caffeine. You'd be surprised how many energy or fat-burning supplements sneak it in. Take these at night and you're fighting your body's natural hormone cycle. This is why timing matters. Too many men think supplements are only about what you take, not when you take it. The truth? The clock is just as important as the capsule. Your body runs on rhythms, and when you align with them, results come faster, and they can be life-changing. One of my patients, James, age 72, told me he hadn't had a true morning erection in over a decade. By the 4th week on this protocol, he said, "Doc, I woke up and couldn't believe it. It felt like being 40 again." His wife was thrilled, and the impact went beyond the bedroom. His confidence skyrocketed. He stood taller, spoke with more energy, even started dressing sharper. That's what happens when a man feels like a man again. Now, some of you may be thinking, but I've taken vitamin D before and didn't notice anything. That's because of 2 common mistakes: wrong dosage or no zinc. Without zinc, vitamin D can't fully activate testosterone production, and without fat in your meal, it can't be absorbed. Fix those mistakes, and you'll finally see what this combo can do. Let's go a bit deeper into the science, but I'll keep it simple. Testosterone is produced in your testes, but the signal to make it starts in your brain. Your pituitary gland releases a messenger called luteinizing hormone, which tells your testes, produce testosterone. Zinc is what allows that message to actually trigger production. Without zinc, the signal fizzles. Vitamin D3, on the other hand, makes the receptors in your testes more sensitive, so when the signal arrives, it's received loud and clear. Think of it like a radio. Zinc turns the power on, vitamin D3 turns the volume up. Together, they create the music of masculinity. And here's something most men don't realize. Zinc doesn't just raise testosterone, it also protects your prostate. Men who are zinc deficient often end up with enlarged prostates, leading to frequent urination and weak flow. Restoring zinc can ease those symptoms and support long-term prostate health. As for vitamin D3, low levels are linked to depression, fatigue, even heart problems. Bring your levels back up, and you're not just getting firmer erections. You're adding healthy years to your life. That's why I tell my patients, don't think of this as a bedroom trick. Think of it as a full body upgrade, with the most obvious result being what happens in the bedroom. And here's the final layer. When you take these at night, you're stacking them right on top of your body's most powerful natural hormone surge. Between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., your body is in peak repair mode. Growth hormone surges, testosterone pulses reach their highest levels, blood vessels rebuild. This is why sleep is non-negotiable for true vitality. By adding D3 and zinc during this window, you're amplifying your body's strongest natural forces. That's why men so often tell me I felt it within days. Let me share another quick story. Frank, age 67, came in saying intimacy with his wife had turned awkward. He loved her, but his body just wouldn't cooperate. He felt embarrassed. She felt rejected, and their marriage was suffering. After 2 months on this protocol, he told me, "We're holding hands again, kissing again. I feel like a newlywed." His wife later told me privately, "You gave me my husband back." And that, gentlemen, is why this matters. It's not just about you. It's about the woman who still wants you, the relationship that still needs you, and the life you still deserve. Now, I promised you quotable truths, so here they are. Weak erections are not a sign of old age. They're a sign of poor strategy. Fix the strategy, and performance can return at nearly any age. If you're not taking vitamin D3 and zinc at night, you're fighting against your body's rhythm instead of harnessing it. And one more. A man who sleeps well, restores testosterone, and rebuilds circulation doesn't just add years to his life, he adds life to his years. By now, you're seeing the bigger picture. This is simple, it's natural, and it works. Still, you may be skeptical, and that's healthy. Skepticism means you're thinking. Just don't let it turn into paralysis, because the men who act are the men who change. Before we wrap up, I want to emphasize one more thing. Supplements are only part of the puzzle. They build the foundation. But when you pair them with quality sleep, regular exercise, and a diet low in sugar and excess alcohol, the results multiply. That's when you move from improvement to transformation. Now, let me give you the exact step-by-step protocol, so there's no confusion. Step 1. With your evening meal, ideally one with healthy fats like salmon, olive oil, or avocado, take 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3. This ensures maximum absorption and primes your body for nighttime repair. Step 2. About 2 hours before bed, take 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc with a glass of plain water. Don't take it with dairy, coffee, or alcohol since those block absorption. That's it. Simple, precise, effective. Do this consistently, and you may notice subtle changes within a week. More morning energy, sharper focus, a stronger drive. By weeks 3 to 6, most men would report physical changes, morning erections, returning, stronger performance during intimacy, and better stamina throughout the day. Stick with it, and you're not just restoring performance, you're rebuilding confidence. Let me remind you, these results aren't reserved for a lucky few. They're for men willing to be consistent. I've seen it in my clinic time and again. Men who thought they were too far gone saw their vitality return once they gave their bodies the building blocks they'd been missing for decades. One patient, Daniel, age 81, came to me and said, "Doc, I'm not looking for miracles. I just want to feel alive again." He started the protocol, and within 2 months, he wasn't just alive, he was thriving. "I'm gardening again, walking without getting winded, and yes, my wife and I are close again." That was at 81. If Daniel can do it, so can you. And that's the real secret. Age is not the enemy. Deficiency is. Fix the deficiency, and your body remembers how to perform. Now, let's address a common concern. Can I just get this from food? Fair question. The truth is, for men over 60, it's extremely difficult. Vitamin D3 mainly comes from sunlight. But as you age, your skin produces less. Even hours outside won't give you enough. Zinc is in foods like oysters, beef, and pumpkin seeds. But modern soil is depleted, and your digestive system absorbs minerals less efficiently with age. That's why supplementation isn't optional if you want reliable results. Another question I hear is, what if I'm already on medications? For most men, vitamin D3 and zinc are safe and often beneficial alongside prescriptions. In fact, studies show men on statins often have lower testosterone. Correcting vitamin D and zinc can help offset that. Of course, check with your doctor. But in 25 years of practice, I've rarely seen a case where these two weren't safe. Now, notice something. At the start of this video, the title may have sounded bold. Forget magnesium. Two vitamins can revive your erections overnight, but now you understand why that's not hype. When you give your body the right tools at the right time, change can come faster than you think. Let me pull this all together. Weak erections aren't an inevitable part of aging. They're a warning sign. Ignore them, and you risk more than embarrassment. You risk your heart, your brain, and your quality of life. But take action, and you can restore not just performance, but energy, confidence, and connection with the person you love. Gentlemen, let me speak to you directly. I know how discouraging it feels to think you've lost this part of yourself. I've heard the shame in men's voices. I've seen the frustration in their eyes. But I've also seen the joy when they realize it's not over, when they rediscover the part of themselves they thought was gone forever. That joy is waiting for you too, if you take the first step. So here's my invitation. If this message resonated with you, pause right now and subscribe with the bell on so you don't miss the next health tip designed for men over 60. We love hearing from you. What part of this video was most helpful? Drop your thoughts, questions, or experiences in the comments. Your input inspires us to keep creating these health strategies. And don't forget, share this video with someone you care about. Gentlemen, if today's video helped you protect your health, your confidence, or your energy, you can now say thanks in a special way. Just click the thanks button below the video. Your support helps me share more tips that keep men strong and healthy well past 60, and I truly appreciate every single one of you.